conversation now.
Sit back down.
I'm sat.
Guess what, Morgan? We're sat. We're seated.
How you liking the rain, girl?
We're sat.
We're sat.
Why are you in mourning? Why do you have your sunglasses on?
I'm trying to hide
Why?
my eyes. I've been crying all morning.
Oh, no.
And I don't normally let my emotions get the best of me.
Oh, gosh, why have you been crying?
I don't know how you're not more upset.
What?
You really... Allison.
Morgan. I don't know if you're being serious right now. What's happening?
We've upset the males. Oh! We have riled up the men of TikTok with our latest post.
The boys.
The boys found
I hope some of you are watching our live right now.
Post.
Because you deserve to be spoken to. We've upset the males.
We've upset the males.
How dare they enter a girls' podcast?
It's
in the name, bro.
We should have known that when we came up with Get Sat with the Girls and started posting our little chats on TikTok that our target demographic was men who are disgustingly unhappy with life.
We should have known better.
How stupid of us.
How dumb and ignorant of us. Gosh, that was funny. I didn't know where you were going. And then I got nervous laughter and I was like, gosh, what if something really is wrong?
So
all the lights. Let me check us.
Now I can see.
Do we have any people? Oh, there's two. Hey, guys. We're just trying a little something. We thought, why not go ahead and let people see. Gosh, I cannot find my happy spot.
See how the sausage is made.
Yeah.
So for everybody listening for our podcast when this airs next Monday, we are currently filming this while on TikTok Live.
I had the great idea 5 minutes ago.
5 minutes ago, and she was telling me about it, and I was like, yeah, we'll just blah, blah, blah. We'll make sure we look cute. And she was like, well, I'm getting ready to start.
I'm like, well, I hope you like yourself because we're doing it today.
Oh, my. So I'm just going to be periodically checking.
And you all can see on there, all you men that are hating on us saying that, which, by the way, the most unoriginal comment to post on any podcast is, podcast equipment is way too cheap these days. Come up with something new, okay?
Well, funny story about our podcast equipment. Most of it was given to me by my husband, who I told that he needs to make sure he has dinner plans next time I go out of town.
And then this camera's mine. And then this thing. Gosh, it's actually not that cheap if you're doing it correctly.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Anyway.
No, it's not for the faint of heart.
No. But yeah, we have upset the men.
We've upset the men, but I will say,
Did they watch the whole clip?
Because at the end, I'm like, I forgave my husband.
At the end, he was half naked watering your ferns. And I'm like, you know what? Take a note out of that book and maybe your wife will like you again. I texted Morgan. I was like, the men are coming for us. I'm scared.
Troy saw the clip the day that you posted it.
Oh, did it offend your husband that you were speaking about?
No, he thought it was funny.
Yeah, of course.
The clip he thought was funny, but then the reality of what I was actually talking about, he was like, babe, I don't think of things like that. And I'm like, I know. I just thought that it was a funny clip. But we've upset the males.
We've upset the males. I don't work with the males because I used to be one. For Mrs. Doubtfire, in case you're too young to be here. In that instance, we're so happy you're here, but we are millennials. So it's been a great weekend. I have something I would really like to talk about. Okay. What are we up to? I'm going to focus on this. I'm afraid.
Here for it.
Feeling like I look tan in that.
You do look really tan.
Cool. So we went to see Materialists. The girls went out on the town.
That was what we would mostly talk about today.
Oh, I have so many thoughts, and we kept them to ourselves
because we wanted fresh eyes and ears for this.
We did. So we booked a late movie because we wanted the VIP loungers that our local theater offers. Mm-hmm. We wanted to be fully reclined, fully sat, and we get all of our snacks. There was some discrepancies at the concession counter.
There were some discrepancies.
They were at a bunch of crunch. they were out of Reese's Pieces.
Lauren thought by some wing and a prayer they would have Sweet Tarts gummies.
They didn't. You can't even find them at Walmart. But she thought the cinema would have them. There was another grievance. I can't remember. So then the movie starts. And Morgan?
Sorry, I hear males.
There's boys around.
There's boys in the abyss.
Who is that?
I don't know. Like, I really don't know.
Okay. Oh, well. Well, they're going to have to listen.
It's a voice I didn't recognize.
So the movie starts and it's...
I forgot that we couldn't stop laughing.
We became the people that we were complaining about a couple episodes ago because I couldn't contain my laughter. No. It opened with like an aerial shot of like literally just open mountains. Yeah. And then there's these cave people. No sound. No music. No birds chirping. No, it was just nothing.
Just dead air.
And there's a cave woman and man.
Before we saw the cave people, I looked over to Allison and I was like...
And I was thinking, listen, and I booked this whole thing. So I'm immediately like, I'm the host of this movie. And it starts and I'm thinking,
I've drug us into the wrong movie.
I booked the wrong movie.
I said, is this Materialist or Little House on the Prairie?
And then a couple seconds later, Lauren on her own goes, are we in the right movie? And then that got me. Mm-hmm. And I started laughing.
A couple people overheard her say that and they started chuckling.
We were all laughing. And I was trying so hard. There's something in my eye right now. And it's...
Oh, I thought you were...
No, there's something in my eye. I was laughing so hard because I was like, this is not the opening that I was expecting.
I mean, we laughed
of this romantic comedy / drama film that we're going to watch.
And a little foreshadowing. They had this set up as a romantic comedy, did they not?
Spoiler alert, she not a romantic comedy.
Is that just what we took from the previews, or did they actually list it as romantic comedy?
The girls came to that conclusion because I don't think they were pushing it as a comedy. Because even Dakota Johnson in her interview on The Tonight Show was like, this is not a comedy. So I think we were all just desperately wanting it to be one.
Dakota was right.
Dakota was right. You know what, girl? You know your stuff.
You know your stuff.
And did I spend that entire movie looking at your face and your hair and thinking, why can't I look like that? I want bangs. I should have brought them for the podcast. I bought clip-on bangs.
You should have worn them to
so I could put them in to see if I would like them. And I don't. It's bad. My husband told me I looked like a barcode.
A barcode.
Do we have anybody? 3. 2?
3.
Oh, cool.
It was 4.
What's up, guys?
Tearing down out there.
I don't know. We've just got to ignore them. Ignore the boys. We're good at that.
It's crazy how it reverberates off the walls and gets back to me.
So the movie was good. But if you were walking in expecting it to be a rom-com, it wasn't good.
If you were fully expecting it to be a rom-com, you would have been disappointed.
You would have been severely disappointed.
If you just liked the idea of what the preview showed it would be, like she works as a matchmaker and then herself is kind of caught up in this, who do I pick, and, you know, material things or love and blah, blah, blah. And if you like Dakota and you like Pedro and you like Chris Evans.
And I was here for all of that. Mm-hmm. I thought there was going to be more of a competition.
I thought there was between the men of a pull between both of them.
She wasn't pulled at all. No, there was no pulling.
Neither of them really did much fighting.
No.
Like Chris Evans had his short little monologue.
They also made me like kind of hate him. Like I was not feeling him at all. I was grossed out by him until there was one quote that he said and I leaned into you and I was like, oh, that's a good quote. He's got me.
What was it?
Gosh, something about... I can't remember. It was like, it felt like it could have belonged in an episode of Bridgerton.
But yes, it was okay. And then I thought that, I thought there was going to be more pick me. No, pick me. And blah, blah, blah.
No, like love me even though I'm broke. And then I was really surprised at how often she mentioned how broke everyone was. Like it was like, I can't love you because you're broke. And I'm like, this is just feeling a little like silly.
It seemed, and then also you caught it at the beginning when it was giving the opening credits and it said and
yes,
Pedro. I didn't notice that. You
I
and
saw
Lauren
that.
did. And then when we talked about it right after, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, he had 8 minutes total of screen time
And
in this movie?
the opening credit said, and Pedro Pascal at the end. And I was like, well, she's not picking him. He got an and.
Somebody just said, you girls are so pretty.
Oh, wow. We love you. I don't know who you are, but thank you so much.
Their name is taken by the hottest boy.
Oh, you do you, girl. So, yeah, I was like, well, it says and Pedro Pascal, so she's not picking him. And then I had a hot minute there where I was like, she ain't picking anybody. She's going to choose herself, which, you know what? Girl power, but I wanted her to pick someone. And then I actually started to get icked out by Pedro as the movie got further on.
Why did they have to make it to where it showed that he had that
stupid surgery? I knew when they were sitting on that ledge talking about that surgery that it was going to come into play
somehow. Yes.
Did I expect Pedro to have had this surgery?
You could have had it the first time that it showed her looking at his legs in bed. I went, no
you
way.
Picked up really fast. I was like, what body part are we looking at?
It was dark in there.
It was dark, and I was like, is that a nipple, or is this a leg hair, or is this a butt crack? Like, what is it? I couldn't tell. My eyes were having a hard time focusing. I don't know if their projector was fully crisp or not.
It felt a little grainy.
Thank you. I didn't want to point it out because I tend to find errors with films, and I was like, gosh, did they not focus this all the way? Because like I'm struggling.
It did feel a little grainy. And then also, and we mentioned this as well, no fun little frilly music.
Zero.
Peppered over it.
Zero.
It was all dead space.
Dead space. And there was this dinner conversation between Dakota and Pedro. I can't remember their actual names. I mean, their character names now. But they're at a restaurant, and it's filmed.
He was Harry. I forget her name.
Lucy. And they filmed it like they were facing each other, and we were seeing their profiles. And that's okay, but they leaned into that one shot for a solid 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. No cutaways of close-ups. It was uncomfortable.
It was definitely a...
And again, these are the things that I noticed.
Cinematic choice.
It was a choice, and I get what they're coming from. They probably wanted it to feel raw and like you're not watching a movie, but then again, like I was there for I don't know. I just didn't like it, and there was no soundtrack. Like, where was Jack Black and his doodly doos? We needed them.
It was, and then I really didn't expect it to give that dark.
There was such a dark undertone.
Her client, getting assaulted. That it came out of just such left field.
Did you notice they never showed us who the Mark guy was?
Well, I meant to look it up after. I was feeling a little ill when we left that movie.
We'll get there.
And so the thought that I had when that was going on, because Lauren leaned into me and said, do we remember who Mark P was?
I don't think they showed it. Or was it that one guy she met on the street?
Well, remember when that one guy she met on the street comes back into it, and she talks like maybe 4 guys on the couch.
Yeah.
And they're listing things that they want. It had to be one of them.
But he said his name was Mark, but he said he didn't want to date anyone who wasn't in their 20s. And that girl was 39, so he would have never went out with her. So I don't know who it was. Mm-hmm. We need to maybe Google that.
I meant to do that.
Because I'm like, did they purposely not give him a face so he didn't get
they gave him a
attention?
Voice because he answered. How crazy though that just picture if this was, and things like this happen all the time. Unfortunately,
yeah.
It's the next day. You've just committed this crazy act, and you answer the phone of the matchmaker, and you're like,
great.
If she's open to it, yeah, I'll hang out again.
That's psycho behavior.
And I was in that moment before we knew everything. I was like,
happy for her.
Yay! She finally found somebody who actually wants to see her again.
Yeah. I'm even more flabbergasted that this is an actual career path that's out there,
and
because
a huge company.
The director of this film used to do this.
Oh,
yeah.
That reminds me of one of my other grievances.
Anyone else commenting?
No.
Oh.
It's okay.
That's okay. It's our first time.
Okay, we're very niche.
We're niche.
Another one of my grievances is
she
only makes $80,000 a year before taxes for these high profile people to
was annoying.
Pay bukus of money. And this is a big company, because at the end we learned that they have France office because her boss is leaving for whatever, and then she even says, name your salary, name any number, you're gonna get it just as long as you stay on.
Now that I'm in love, I don't care about money.
And I'm like, so apparently money is no object, because they were going to give you whatever salary you name, to stay on and take the job as the head person.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so apparently money is no object, because they were going to give you whatever salary you name to stay on and take the job as the head person. Yeah. That reminds me of one of my other grievances.
Mm-hmm.
Another one of my grievances is there's international locations. You made mention several times, and I love that what Pedro said about it was, you make people think they want you, not need you. You're a luxury that they are happy they can afford. And I'm like, so there's people with dough to throw at you.
Dough at your
and
feet.
You make $80K before taxes?
Yeah. I was underwhelmed by that.
I hope that if we can continue the movie ourselves, since it ended and we don't know if she actually, I hope she stayed on and named her salary so that they can at least be financially okay while they're in love.
Listen, that's
because he ain't gonna do it for
when
her.
Films are open-ended like that, I'm like, okay, I've got to draw a conclusion. And so my conclusion is she takes the job, but she's like so high up, she doesn't have to work as much, but she's making more money, and then she can help him do the stuff he was wanting to do, like
be a stage actor.
Yeah, essentially. I don't know.
I
would have thought that they would get me to be icked out by Chris Evans.
They did
they did such a good job of making him a loser. They have
him living in some nasty frat house, and he stepped on a filled condom.
It was so gross
at one point, and it squished when he walked.
And I leaned over to Morgan and I said, "Some guy had to make that sound in a studio, because they do." They go in and like they have to remake the footsteps and all the little noises.
I feel like I'd be good at that job.
I think it would be kind of fun, actually, but
I'll make the condoms.
It's like, I want to know what the technique they used to get that sound.
Probably an actual filled condom.
But he lived in an apartment with like 4 roommates, and he's supposed to be in his 30s.
Just nasty.
But it was so gross. I was like, gosh, they've made him such a loser.
They made him a huge loser.
And so, spoiler, when she ends up with him at the end, you're like, oh, I guess she really does love him. And Chelsea leaned over. She's like, okay, like 16-year-old me would have been like, how cute. But 30-some-year-old me is like, how mad are you that she didn't go with the guy who had a $12 million? I kept saying that. I was like, you'll fall in love with him eventually. Right? You're 30-something years old. You don't really, I don't think she mentioned wanting kids. He's handsome.
If this movie was not about a woman in her 30s and a man in his 30s, if it was a girl in her early 20s and a guy in high school sweethearts, you would view it differently. You'd be like, okay, yeah, honey, like, stay with him because you love him. Don't go with the 29-year-old hotshot that wants to move you to, everything that's in the books that we read. But now that we're actually talking about you're in your 30s, like,
once you know the harsh realities of
your life is going.
She didn't go to Iceland. Go to Iceland and then come home and break up with it.
That's going to upset the males.
Not the males. We can't have them angry with us again. But thank you for the engagement.
I know. I'm happy about that.
I know our one clip has got over 16,000 views now. Thanks so much for being bothered.
I've got a couple calls out to different managers for us so they can start filtering these comments.
So if I was going into the movie not having some expectations, I would have been like, yeah, it was good. But there's a lot of weird things about it. And I'm like, the casting was great. The actual look of it was great. But just some of the editing choices made me uncomfortable. But I recognize I'm not the average movie viewer. Yeah.
I think if I would have, I'm not disappointed. I'm
not disappointed.
I liked it for what it was. And Lauren, as soon as it was over, she leaned over and she was like, our men would have hated it.
Yeah.
She was like, it romanticizes being poor.
It does. She said that outside when I got out of the bathroom, and she was like, yeah. And like, it reminds me of this friend I had in college who was like so excited
to move out with her boyfriend and get their own place, and so that they could have a hard time paying bills and making their rent and not having enough money to go out to eat. And Lauren was like, you're excited for that? You're excited to not be able to pay your bills?
I don't get that. Tell me the lore. I don't understand. Is that like some sort of fantasy that I'm not
in any books I've read?
Me either. Lord have mercy. Oh, one major to me, but grievance that I did have in this movie. I was expecting. Now I know Dakota was in 50 Shades, and we love 50 Shades.
Oh, I know this grievance.
And I don't want her to be typecasted or like kept in a box of like, oh, if she's in a movie, expect it to be spicy and all of that. But it was a romance film. And she finally is hooking up with one of them. It took a little while. It was nearly an hour. I tapped on my phone and said, oh, it took an hour to get here. And it's a fade to black.
It's a fade to
scene.
black.
And I am annoyed with that.
I wonder if that was it was a clear choice, but I wonder what was the reasoning behind why they didn't want to.
I don't know. It could have been in their contract.
Get all hung up on the.
Maybe they didn't want us falling more in love with him because she was going to leave him. I don't know what the choice was. And if it wasn't her contract, that's fine. But I just, in books and movies, when they really get you invested in the relationship and then all of a sudden it's the next morning, the rage that I felt in Breaking Down Part 1 where they did that to you, but then she had the flashback, I was like, okay,
thanks for
if
that.
we wouldn't have gotten the flashback, I would have set fire to that movie theater.
Literally.
I would have rioted in the streets. You got to give the girls something.
Yeah. So, all in all, I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, and we loved going out, the four of us.
We got dinner before. I can't wait to find the next movie that we can go do that again.
I can't wait either. I don't care what we go see, but we're getting the reclining chairs.
The scary movie with the children disappearing?
Absolutely not. I can't do that. I'll remember my blanket this time.
Maybe it won't be a flash flood on our way
Maybe there won't be a flash flood. I had to walk into the movie theater with a t-shirt over my head, and I had my eyes coming out of the head hole because I didn't want my hair to get wet because it was clean. And the girls who get it, get it. And if you don't, then I wish my hair wasn't so difficult.
I keep looking down like, no more comments. But that's okay. This person took the time out of their day to say you
and
girls
you know what?
are
Thank
so
you
pretty, and
so
I love that.
much for that. We appreciate it.
I need to hear that today.
We're just trying something new. We're going to see if it helps our algorithm a little bit. We don't know. You don't know till you try.
And kudos to this live view because we hate this view of us.
We do. And we quit using that view.
We stopped filming in long form
I think
for the
it's
podcast.
Vertical.
It's a little bit better, yeah.
It's better. And from what I can see of it.
I mean, we look okay.
We're looking pretty good.
My shirt's all bunched up here, making
my
me
shorts
look like
might be going a little. They might be riding up a little too much.
Busted can of biscuits.
So I know we said in our text this weekend we wanted to talk about the movie. What else did we say? Because now I'm drawing a blank.
We addressed the males. We talked about Materialists.
That was really the bulk of what we wanted to say.
That was the bulk of what we wanted to say. Has Tinsley watched?
She hasn't.
New Moon yet?
She's been busy. She's babysitting my kids today, so no time for her to be doing that.
Tell them all to sit down and watch it. Movie time, guys. It's rec time.
All right, kids.
We're going to get an education.
Where the hell you been, Loca? Clay, I can hear him say it. Where the hell you been, Woka? We don't need to teach him that.
How great, though.
I don't let my kids say bad words. And I don't say bad words around my kids because I don't like to do that. But if I did, I would teach them that line because it would be funny.
I wish Piper was interested in watching the Twilight
Maybe in
movies.
a couple years. She's got to get more
She's not interested in watching Harry Potter.
Oh, Lord.
I remember growing up, it was against our religion.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's burning the books. And I'm thinking, you know what? You bought the book to burn it. So she's still getting her check,
still
you
getting
idiot.
Her check.
You're so stupid. Oh, you know what is funny? And this will maybe get some people annoyed. But J.K. Rowling even said that she started Harry Potter based off of the concepts of Christianity. How they needed a savior and the savior was Harry in that book, and there's Father, Son, Holy Spirit, and then there's the Deathly Hallows as 3 things. So there's a lot of symbolism in there. So
I've never heard
just
that.
use that argument on people to try to say, and it's fiction, people.
It's fiction,
and it's a blissful experience to watch all of those films and read the books. Hang on, she stopped.
Oh my, we've been doing this that long.
Well, I started the recording a little bit before we actually started talking, so
set this down over here.
Double check that you're in focus.
Gotta get more comfortable here.
Anything else going on?
No, we have
just you.
Oh yeah, that is just me. Well,
I should have told my husband that we were going to broadcast it. It's fine.
It's fine.
Like we said, it's an experiment.
It's an experiment. I was a little nervous about it, but here we are.
Here we are. I just threw you in. Tossed you to the wolves.
It's okay, I got my leopard pants on.
I love those. I ordered some. Are these the silky ones from Amazon? I ordered some that are more like sweatpants. We'll see.
Oh, yeah, those. The airy ones?
No, I couldn't find them.
Did you go look for them?
I did. I looked very hard. Couldn't find them. We are going to start a new book soon. I forget what it's called. But I saw a TikTok and the girls were like, my whole friend group read this, all gave it 5 stars. It's the book of the summer. And they were like all laying on beach towels together with their books. It was so precious. And I'm like, I want to read at the beach with a friend.
Best I can give you is a pool.
Yeah, I'll take that. We're going to do that poolside. Maybe we'll go live. Yeah. We're pretty entertaining reading a book together, I will say.
I think so.
I just got to keep up with you. You're fast. You're a fast reader.
But it's less daunting on our Kindles because, you won't really,
it was very obvious how far ahead.
You won't really see me
like,
flipping the pages.
Well, the problem is you'll be acting to something and I'll be like, where are you? And I'll be like, oh, just give me 20 minutes. I'll get there. I think I read in the way that I think it should go. So like if the conversation's dramatic, I slow it down.
You slow it down.
Yeah, I kind of like make it cinematic, I think that
I will do that sometimes, but I'll like go back and be like, okay, hold on, I want to reread that page because
the way that I want to read it, not just like getting the information.
But it's so, one thing I do like sometimes, but then also don't like sometimes is how predictable romance novels are.
I know.
Because you know what pages you can just kind of skim through. Because you're like, I guarantee this is useless information and I know this.
Sometimes, yeah, I do
so like
that sometimes.
Like, okay.
Do a little scan.
Oh, donut shop. She turned you down for dinner. Let's move on. Like, that's what we missed.
Gotcha. Pretty gate. Moving on.
We missed this awkward interaction.
Darn it. Well, I don't know about you, but my stomach is already growling.
Is it bowl time?
It's a Monday morning.
It's 9:37.
Oh, I still got 20 minutes. I got to hold in. I got to hold out for whatever stupid breakfast I brought.
My husband's calling me. Does he not know that
we're broadcasting to the nation right now?
To the nation.
The nation.
The whole nation.
To the whole world.
And our one viewer.
Just you.
Wait, no, we've got 3.
Oh, hey guys. We're almost done, but we're glad you're here.
What does it feel like to get sat?
On a Monday morning. This chair's a lot squeakier than I remember. Like, I've noticed a lot of squeaks today.
Who's cooked in here?
Someone's cooked. Lord, I am still like just it's so funny, all the men that are just hating on our videos right now.
Oh, I know.
I got to come up with some more clever comebacks.
I mean,
and some of them I don't want to engage with them because I just know they're stupid. The one that was kind of irritating was like, I'm so happy women like this have never found me.
I hope women like this never find me.
Yeah, and I wanted to comment back and say, I bet your wife thinks differently.
Oh, you're giving them too much credit.
Right.
Like, I'm like, I think you're getting your wish.
I think you've got your wish.
You've won, sir.
Congrats. We'll mail you a cookie.
Ooh. With a middle finger painted on it.
Oh, anyway.
No, I don't think we need any clever comebacks because here's the thing. Okay?
Just keep commenting. We love it.
Here's the thing. I don't mean to make waves, but just at first glance, did you think
I didn't look at their profiles.
That they look like people we need to give an F about? A whole F.
Why didn't I think to do that? I never thought to click on their profile.
That's the first
Gosh,
thing
Morgan, that's going to be my new solution.
Do you know what would have hurt me? Is if Troy commented on it and was like, sorry I let you down, love you too. Like something like that.
Yeah.
Like that would have been like, gosh, was that insensitive of me? Blah, blah, blah.
Also, it's for the bit. Like, come on.
Like,
we're trying to all of our followers want to know lots of stories.
Read the pink chairs, bro. Like, come on. Or
so
don't.
Stupid. Or don't.
Again, I go back to get sat with the
girls.
Everything we talk about is for the girls.
It is for the girls. And if you're on TikTok and you don't know, we are a podcast of two friends that work in the same place, Mountain Movers with a Z.
With a Z.
A graphic t-shirt apparel company, and it's the best. So check it out. And yeah, that's what we're doing here.
Speaking of the girls that we're catering to.
Yes.
One of my comments to you this weekend about the comments on our video, I was like, where are the women to defend us?
Like, step in every now and then. It's okay. We'll let you, like, you know, defend. Yeah. And if you don't agree, that's fine too.
That's fine.
That's fine. We can all be friends. And
that's fine.
Have different opinions. Okay, I feel like that's about it.
Today's been a good one.
It's been so good. It's like almost felt like I could keep talking, but I know like I'm the one that has to edit this episode. I'll just send it to the editor. Oh, look, it's me.
It's you. We'll just edit this out in post.
I cook, I bake, I sew. What does he say after that? I'm like he references some like not Martha Stewart, but it's something like that. I cook, I bake, I sew.
I feel like it's something that we unless you
were an adult in the 90s, we wouldn't get it. Yeah. Anyway, all right, well,
because he references Julia Child in a different eat your heart out. You know what we need to do?
Watch Mrs. Doubtfire and react.
Doubtfire and react. Watch The Grinch
and react. All of these so many content ideas coming to you.
Oh,
yeah.
I know 5 males that are so excited to be hearing all these content ideas.
We can't wait for you to chime in. Okay. Well, thank you so much for listening.
Thank you for getting sat. Thank you for hopping on our live.
We'll see you next time. Bye.